This might be the biggest singular core shot I've ever done. Hey everybody, I'm Kendall. I'm a gearhead with Backcountry. Today we're in my garage and I'm going to show you guys how to fix a core shot with P-Tex. So really quick, we're just going to go over everything that you're going to need to do a P-Tex core shot repair. First off is going to be some P-Tex. We have a clear stick here, razor blade, sharp one. I like these extendable ones because they're long and it makes it easier to cut off excess base material and get the plastic bit out of the way of the ski. And then your rubber band for your brakes, a lighter for the P-Tex, and a metal scraper. It will work much better with P-Tex than a plastic one. Base cleaner and a towel. First step is going to be to get your brakes out of the way. Luckily on these nifty touring bindings, we can lock the brakes so we don't have to worry about it. But if you have alpine bindings, you can use a thick rubber band like this one to lock your brakes out of the way. Next thing I'm going to do is clean the area. You can either use some base cleaner or I'm just using isopropyl alcohol. So first thing you're going to want to do here is assess the damage. You can see this is a pretty considerable core shot. Might constitute a base weld, but we're going to fill it and see how it looks when we're done. Next, we're going to grab like a nice sharp razor blade and we're going to cut away all the excess base material to make this one smooth surface because we're going to need to scrape over it later. Next thing you can do is use the razor blade to score the area. This will give the P-Tex something to grab onto and really hold the material in. So we'll do some scores. This generally actually works better on shallower core shots when you're filling the base material and it's not all the way to the core. So something more like this section over here would be good to score. Next step is going to be to drip a bunch of P-Tex in here. So these can take a while to get going, but if you hold the tip of the stick down towards the blue part of the flame, that'll be the hottest point and get you started the quickest. Once it catches, you can ditch the lighter and just wait for it to start dripping. We are going to use quite a bit of P-Tex on this one. So you want to drip enough to fill in whatever gouge is in your base, and then typically enough to overflow a little bit as well, because we're going to scrape the excess off, and that ensures that we get as much in there as possible. And so you can just blow it to put it out, and then it'll still drip a little bit, so you can just dab it into your core shot. And then I usually like to leave it and step away for a bit. These fumes, when you blow the stick out, are pretty harmful. Okay, it's fully dried now. I'm just feeling in the groove, and I can feel that it's not flat. There's still, an indentation in there in the base, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and drip some more in. All right. It's starting to look pretty filled in. I think I'm going to blow it out. And we'll let it dry again. Third P-Tex application going on here. Just trying to fill this bigger divot. The P-Tex tends to pool to the outside, and so it can take several applications to get it perfectly level. Okay, so we've now applied P-Tex 3 times. We're going to go in for a scrape and see how it looks afterwards. We're going to scrape from tip to tail here with the metal scraper. You want to apply even pressure with your thumbs here so that it's not digging with the corner or with the other corner. You want to keep it nice and even across the scraper. This is actually looking better than I thought it would. I'm just going to try to get some of the excess P-Tex that pooled around the core shot. And so when you're doing that, I like to hold it like this, and then I'll push it out. And this lets you get really precise, so you can just get right on the side of the core shot and just wipe the clean part of the bases off. So we're done scraping. It's filled in pretty nicely. Since this is such a big divot, there's still some unevenness, and so this is a good time to, again, use your razor and just try to smooth out any areas that your fingers are catching on or that the scraper's catching on. So next up, I'm just gonna grab my brush from my waxing kit and we're gonna smooth it out even more. Again, tip to tail here. Last thing, especially if you're gonna be applying skins on your skis after doing a P-Tex repair, is if you do a hand wax over top, it can help the P-Tex stay in the ski and not come off on your skins, if you've ever seen that happen. So yeah, we definitely recommend doing a hand wax. Click right here for a video on how to hand wax. And if your P-Tex isn't holding well, be sure to visit a Backcountry retail store and get a professional tune. That about wraps it up for how to fix a core shot. If you have any questions about ski repair or ski gear in general, be sure to reach out to a gearhead. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys out there.